First, we'll open the door. We'll use this plastic trim remover tool to take out that plastic cover right there. Once that plastic cover is taken out, behind that plastic cover there is a screw right there. We'll be using a Phillips screwdriver to take that screw out. Screw is out. Notice at the bottom of the inner door handle there is a switch panel that also needs to be taken out. We'll be using the same trim remover tool to pull it out. Behind the switch panel there are two plugs that needs to be taken out. Just press and hold the tab of the plug and then pull the plug outwards. One plug is out. Similar needs to be done on the second plug as well. Press and hold the tab and then pull the plug outwards. This separates the switch panel to be removed from the door panel completely. Behind the door panel there's one screw that needs to be taken out using a Phillips screwdriver. Now using the same trim remover tool we will have to pull out the armrest of this door panel. We got the armrest pulled out, but there was one tab right there that got stuck. To take that tab out, just play around and wiggle back and forth until you're able to take out the armrest cover. There we got the armrest cover taken out completely. This also proves that you could actually replace your armrest cover in case if it gets damaged, so you do not have to replace the complete door panel for that. Behind the armrest cover there is one more screw that also needs to be taken out using a Phillips screwdriver. And there's that final screw taken out. Towards the bottom edge of the right side of the door panel, this section right here, there's actually some space here that you could put your fingers in, and then you can pull this door panel outwards. Just like that. Now from the other side, we will use a tool like this. We'll punch in the tool in the bottom corner and we'll try to pull the door panel out. There we got the bottom part pulled out. We'll also need to pull out the top part as well. Using the trim remover tool, do take out this plastic cover because it will be holding onto the door panel. Now we will slightly lift up the door panel upwards until it's completely taken down. Notice behind the door panel there are two harnesses that needs to be taken out. Just pull the harness outwards and then lift up the harness to take it out completely. Same goes for the bottom one. Just pull it outwards first and then lift it upwards to take it out completely. Now from the bottom part, notice it has a light underneath. So while I was taking my door panel out, this was just out completely itself. But in the perfect world, this plug is actually attached right there. All you have to do is just press this tab right here and then pull the plug outwards. Just like that. This way you should get the plug taken out. This seemed already broken once I took out the door panel, so I may have to put it back or glue it depending on the situation if it's broken or not. What I noticed was this thing was very fragile and really easy to break. So just be very careful while taking out the door panel. And you take out this light very carefully. But in normal cases, you just take out the plug for it and you should be fine. But in my case, I have to put this light completely back to where it came from. With that, we are done taking out the door panel completely. Once the door panel is taken out, notice towards the top right corner of the door, we will be taking out this plug first. Just press and hold the tab of the plug and then pull the plug outwards. This plug is actually for the side mirror itself that needs to be taken out. From this end of the plastic cover, we will punch in the trim remover tool to take this plastic cover out completely. Behind this plastic cover, it has two tabs, one here and one right there. And if you see, it shows you a circle here and then an arrow sign there. The signs are there for you to punch in the tool and then push those tabs out in order to take this plastic cover out. Once you just push one tab, the other one just comes out by itself. And that is how you take it out actually. Now we pull this down and keep it the way it is. Notice on top of this cover, there are two nuts that needs to be taken out from right there. And then the third nut is also visible in that circle right there that I'm pointing out towards you guys. So in total, 3 nuts needs to be taken out. 2 on the left side and then 1 on the right side. Make sure you carefully take them out because there is a high chance of dropping them while you're taking them out. So what I'll be using is a tool like this, a socket wrench with an extension along with a 10mm socket. And what I will do is that I will punch in this tool in that hole right there. We'll loose the nut all the way till the end and make sure to punch in your arm from the underneath side. Once you notice the nut is towards the very end of it, you just grab it from your bottom arm and then you pull it out. Following this way, you will not be dropping the nut while taking it out. Now using the same approach, we will take out the remaining 2 nuts right there, punch in the tool and then loose the nut first. Then punch in your arm from the bottom Once you notice the nut is at the very end of it, you grab the nut and then pull it out. There we got the second nut also taken out, and then we will take out the final and third nut using the same approach. There's that final nut right there. We got all 3 nuts without dropping them off. Now the last thing the side mirror is holding onto is actually a zip tied right there. In the perfect world, you might see a clip that's being attached in this spot. Not too sure why a zip tie is being attached in this case. So what you have to do is cut this zip tie, hold on to the side mirror from the other end so that it doesn't fall, and then from this end we will cut the zip tie. Do remember one thing, this harness is coming right behind this pillar in case if you are to install a new side mirror. Now we will push this harness behind that pillar. Make sure you remember while installing a new side mirror that the harness needs to come from behind this pillar. Now we can go ahead and pull this side mirror out completely. I got the harness stuck at some point, so I just had to wiggle it out until it comes out completely. And with that, we are done taking out this side mirror. Now if you want to install a new side mirror, all you have to do is just reverse these steps that we just did and you should be fine. If this video helps you in any way, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel.